Bap, 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 bap. Do you hear me, Anthony? Hello? Alright. Ba, 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 ba. Protein shake? Let's see, we got 4 people in here. 3 people in here. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. Other people join whenever it's going. They can ask questions, whatever. Alright, this is the first trade I took today, MOSY. Got in at 8:51 this morning, right at 2:13. This was kind of a bad play on my part because I missed these 2 big candles here. Uh, as you can see, this is a predictable play. This always happens, and it's been about the past 2 weeks. These have been going on. The early morning dips on and sell off right here, and then it breaks out. This is a U-shaped breakout. Early morning, pre-market highs, then it dips low, hits a low of the day, almost testing that low. If it would have broke that low, this would have been a nice short to do. Um, with that, it bounced off. This candle right here, this 1 minute candle, is where you should have got in. About 195. There wasn't really enough volume for me to get in at that point though, So I waited. I missed these two big candles up. I missed the bulk of the move really, and I was kind of late to the trade. Got in at 213, held it. It dipped. It dipped. It just held on, and took that chance for it to come back. Um, I would have had a mental stop loss at right around here. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense, but it's gonna test this candle to break again at $2 basically. So if it would have dropped below $2, I would have sold and took the loss. Um, I was in at 10K shares, pretty big size. Pulled back up, got out at 220. Once again, same thing again right here. Could have played this again, but I was already moved on to my next one, which was ZN. But same pattern right here, this U-shaped breakout. Same thing again, U-shaped breakout. All day this stock did it. Then sold off end of the day. Tank. Right here would have been a nice short on this candle right here. Testing the highs. I couldn't short almost any stock today. I sure traded, had no shares to short for all the stocks I was in today. MOSY, ZN, or MYO. I couldn't short any. I couldn't get any shares to short today. Next trade, ZN. This is pretty much just ripped right out of the break. There's almost no volume. Pre-market, very low volume. This is another risky trade. Got in at 336. Once again, super late into this trade. Put a line. Right here. If I would have gotten into this trade earlier, because I was already trading another stock, MYOS, my first stock I was in, if I would have been paying attention to this, I could have made a ton of money. Right here, got in at 336, out at 366. Once again, missed another bulk of the move. Honestly, wasn't that accurate today. I still made money though. That's the thing with this market. You don't have to be 100% to make money. You can obviously make more, but that's the biggest thing is taking your gains when you got them. Let's see, 366 right here. So this was in here. Let me see, what time did I put my trade in at for this one? ZN 1026, so 926 right here. And this candle here is where I got in at. And I got out at 1034. So 934 right here. Should have got out here, got greedy, came back, pulled back up. I marketed out when it hit this high again. Marketed, got out. Another stock that could have been shorted easily today. Anybody could have been shorting this. If I could get shares. Sure Trader had no shares to short on anything today. Once again, missed the bulk of the move here. If you would have been watching this one, a good place to get in would be on this first pullback. Let's see, we'll go to a 5-minute. This would have been the first 5-minute pullback right here. Get in here, buy in, and just ride that rip. It's still here, not much volume going in. Still pretty low in volume. Then once it hit that big green candle, almost 100,000 shares traded right there. I got that dip, people selling off obviously, and it just kept ripping. That was ZN. And the big scary one for today that gave everybody heart attacks, whether it went in or not, was MYO. This is probably the riskiest trade I've taken all year. Alright, let's check. 21.85. That's the things with these stocks that you'll realize. The market made money even if you miss the bulk of a lot of moves. Here, this is the first trade I took out, and I got a 22.42 on this green candle. Come on. There we go. Didn't get greedy. Took my profits when it ripped. Biggest thing in this market, take your profits when you have them. Even here, once again, U-shaped breakout. U-shaped breakout. This is one of the easiest things to read. That's whenever I took my last trade of the day on this again. I was like, this stock is being way too predictable. U-shape, breakout, U-shape, U-shape. Same thing, U-shape, U-shape, all day. U-shape, U-shape. It's up here high after hours. U-shapes. Just watch those for those stocks. They're going to dip. People are going to sell up. Rookie traders are going to buy back in on these lows. Thinking it's going to go back up. And it does all the time. The thing is, you don't want to get caught chasing a stock. Honestly, right here, I took a big risk trading right here. It could have tanked. This is already at one, almost hitting the high of the day. That's why I sold off here real quick. I got my profits and got out. See, the second trade I took on this one was 20.03. See, what time did I execute that? Oh. This was the second time I traded it once it started getting predictable. I seen it pull the U shape again. Get in. Right there. And what did I sell out? I sold that at 20.90. When it. There we go. Just rode this wave, watching it, watching it. It kept doing the same thing, so I'm gonna sit there and ride it until it starts tanking, especially when it's making these new highs right here, peaking, lows, higher peak. It's gonna make higher peaks here. Once again, this is the last hour of the day, power hour. It's gonna have the sell-off. Almost all these stocks have been having sell-offs towards the end of the days. And that was my last trade of the day. Bank 4,300 on that last one. The first trade I went at MYO, 2,800. It banked. ZN 3,000 today, and MOSY was 700. I thought today was gonna be a really slow day right out the rip. Nothing was really hitting me that I wanted to go into, so I kind of was laying back on it. I saw I missed those big rips right in the beginning of the gate. They all popped up real high. Like right here, same thing, U-shaped breakout. Early morning sell off. High pre-markets, U-shape. Right here, U-shape. This is where your volume's at. You want to be trading where there's volume. If there's no volume, don't get in. You're going to get stuck. You're going to be a bag holder. It's one of the biggest rookie mistakes. And a lot of people on Twitter be messaging me saying, how do you get so much confidence going into a trade? It's being confident with what knowledge you have. The biggest thing is you're going to get scared on these dips. You can't get scared here. This is where it's going to break out. Same thing here. Breakouts. I held all the way through to here and still sold high here. You got to trust your patterns and trust your knowledge. Don't get scared. That's what most people get. The thing is to know when to be scared and when to take your loss. If you're willing to take a loss, take it and get out. But those are my trades for today. If you got any questions, you can either message me on Twitter, type in the chat. I'll leave it open, this stream up for 5 more minutes. If you have any questions, you can send them on Twitter, and I'll go over those for like the next 15 minutes. Just any basic patterns, anything you guys would like to know. I guess a lot of people. I'll go over some background stuff about me. I've been training for like 2 years now. Really, the last year is really when I've been trading my hardest, I guess you would say, really getting deep down in the market. My first year was kind of shaky. I didn't make much money. That was my biggest thing was learning. I didn't really have any mentor or anybody. I just did the research on YouTube. Uh, Looked for what I wanted to, try to learn, dabbled in the market, and I learned from the School of Hard Knocks. I didn't know that they had simulators when I started in paper trading. That's probably one of my biggest things for rookie traders or people who want to get in the market is starting a paper account. Once you can consistently be profitable in a paper trading account, then go in with money. Never spend money you cannot lose in the market because any day you can lose it all. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Uh, yeah, no problem, Goon Squad. I'm gonna be doing these every day. Probably around the same time, 8 or 9 o'clock. I'll be doing a live stream of the daily recap. Best pattern or strategy to grow a small account. Patterns. Look for pre-market highs. Look for your volume. And honestly, probably one of the biggest strategies right now, probably the past 2 weeks, is like I've been telling you, these U-shaped breakouts early in the morning. They've been doing these huge dips right off, and they've just been riding all day. MYO did it. Whoops. ZN today, same thing. This one didn't really do it, but you got here. This would be honestly a good short to do. What was the other? MYOS? MSY? Nope, hold on. Brain farting. MOSY. Mossy. Same thing. These U-shaped breakout patterns. Yeah, HOS, I traded that one Friday as well. That was one of the big ones I traded Friday. Whoops. HOS. Another one, same thing. U-shaped breakout. With these though, you gotta be patient with it. Yes, it's gonna take time. If you see from when it started, this pre-market, right when the market opened, it tanked. So that's gonna make people sell off. People getting scared. They don't want to lose their money, so they're gonna keep selling it off. Wait for that first candle to go green. Once it's green, if there's another one, it's gonna go U-shape. Even these small, these what is this? 10 minutes? 10 minutes. You can U-shape that. Even if you're shorting it, you go on the short side, short it. Once it hits that first green candle, sell out. Same thing. Sell out. U-shape. Honestly, here, I mean, it's the same thing, U-shape, but that's a big one. That'd be hard to get into. There was another one that I traded Friday. ADMP. Same thing. Again, U-shape, breakout. U-shape, 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 U-shape. That's probably one of the biggest things right now. The past week and a half, 2 weeks have been all U-shaped breakouts early in the morning. CLSN. Yeah, that would have been a holy moly. I just hold off. It has smaller U shapes. I mean, the really here, you're not gonna make that much, especially in a small account. I mean, you could get 10 cents. Small gains or any gains. The biggest thing right here, I mean, that's pretty small for a U shape. Friday. Okay, yeah, same thing. Sell off early, right when because you're gonna have all these pre-market highs, so people are gonna be buying and buying and buying. Obviously, they're gonna take the money. They already seen it tanking right here. U shape, another U shape. It's the biggest thing. Watch for that every huge sell-off early in the morning. Go back to HOS. I actually shorted HOS on Friday. Where do I get my alerts from? I have a scanner I use through eTrade Pro. Right here, U-shape. You could have bought this in. Here's another U-shape right here, HOS. I actually shorted this. Almost 50 cents. I'm trying to think, ADMP. Another stock. Shorted. Short. On Friday. Any interest in stocks like JNUG? For day trading, not really. These are very sporadic. I mean, yeah, you could. I don't like trading really these higher level or higher over $10. Because those at those points the swings are way wider. I think today was probably the first time I've traded a stock that's over $10 in a while. The one I did on MOY or MYO. My bad. I usually try to keep anything under $10 because that's the biggest thing helping out with you new traders. Um, Depending on how much you have in an account, if you have margin or not, you're not gonna be able to really get a big position on something like JNUG. If anything, for JNUG, I do that more of a swing trade. Try to find your dips, and just hold on to it. Because they're gonna get these rips eventually, just because it's gold. Another big one that actually went kind of crazy I seen today was Snapchat. They had news come out today for this tank. I think this is gonna actually tank. I'm actually gonna be looking to short Snapchat if I can find shares. Because I think honestly Snapchat will test low 17s again. Um, I usually don't have anything on a watch list until the morning when I run my scans in the morning. I don't really do any watch lists after hours. All my stuff's done in the morning before I trade. Always look for pre-market highs. That's what I like trading off of. Um, I trust myself really. D squared. Tolerance wise, I mean, yeah, I can take big dips. I have a big account size. That's the reason why, honestly, I don't get as emotional in my trades. The biggest thing I've learned over time is to trust yourself. If you don't trust yourself, you're gonna lose money. I mean, that seems kind of, I guess, basic in terms. Uh, but I've been trading for 2 years now. I've been comfortable enough being in the market and knowing my strategy to where I can be comfortable where it's at. I've lost 10K plus on a day before on a single trade. The thing is, there's always money to be made in the market. So even if I do take a loss, I know that I can make it up some other day. Or even later in the day, possibly. 3 Tim Sykes responds. No, I haven't spent any money on education. Tim Sykes, he really doesn't teach anything from his stuff. He's a big time marketer now. He didn't make a lot of money up front because not many people knew about trading. So that's the way he made his money was through marketing. He's a very good, I would say, entrepreneur. He knows how to sell a course, if you say. Only thing I did, he was the first person that actually got me interested in the market because obviously everyone wants to be a millionaire, make money for themselves, not have to work a 9 to 5 anymore. But the biggest thing through Tim Sykes that I've taken from him was learning basic terminology, really easy things about the market, just like knowing what a short is, going long, swing trades, that kind of thing. Not really any strategy other than his big thing is shorting. One of his students, the one he actually did an interview with recently, Steven Dux, that's where he makes all his money. Pre-market routine. I run my scanners right when pre-market opens every morning. Same thing. I start running my scanners and then I usually shower, get ready for the day. I'm not a full-time trader. I still work right now a 9 to 5 job. I work for the government, so I don't really want to give that up. I get good benefits through them. But I run my scanners in the morning, then I get ready. Usually have a monster for the morning to wake up. But yeah, I just run my scanners right when the market opens in the morning. It's usually around 7 my time, 7 central. I do trade from work. I'm an IT guy. Was about to ask. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a part-time trader. I mean, I guess you could say I'm a full-time trader because I trade, I guess, full-time at work where I'm working because I'm an IT guy. I do help desk for the government, so I'm sitting at a computer all day anyways. So I use that time to basically double up and do my trading. That's why I haven't started actually doing live trading seminars yet. That's my goal is to get this channel and basically this community and this group big enough to where I can do that. Quit my full-time job and just teach you guys and basically become better traders. Um, I like E-Trade Pro. Stocks to trade. I think that's one of Timothy Sykes' own things that he built, and is another thing he's using for himself to make money. I like to stay with companies that are reputable, known. My actual broker I use is SureTrader, and I use Thinkorswim for charting, and then E-Trade Pro really is all I use for my scanners. That's just because that's who I started with. I started with E-Trade. If you don't mind me asking, Mike, are you already trading in the market or are you brand new to trading? 'Cause if you're new to trading, I'd go with Goon Squad. I want to keep my 9 to 5 because I have a security clearance. I don't want that to expire, and also it's a guaranteed paycheck, and I get full benefits for free through them. Yeah, if you're brand new, I highly suggest you open a TD Ameritrade account and start paper trading. I think that was my biggest, I guess, setback starting out as a trader was I went into the market with a very small amount and really couldn't take decent sized positions. My biggest suggestion is save the money you can. I mean, he's a good guy to learn from, I guess, but he's really into shorting. I like shorting because honestly, 90% of the times, penny stocks fall all the time. You will make money off of shorting if you know when to get in. But until you have a decent size amount of money to actually go into the market and start trading, I suggest you paper trade. That was probably my biggest setback starting out as a trader is I didn't paper trade. Yes, I do use short trade D squared. Uh, I mean, if that's available to you, Mike, I don't know if you have to pay after your trial period. If you have to pay, do not go through it. TD Ameritrade's free. A good starting balance, depending on who you're going with. That's one of the big things I always recommend to new traders also, is using SureTrader because they give you 6 to 1 margin. You only need 500 in an account. But I honestly suggest to start with a minimum um, for new traders, $5,000 is what I say. When I first started out, I started with $500, and I started with SureTrader as well. That's probably gonna be one of my next big projects too. Is I want to do like what a lot of, I guess you say, experienced traders do is the small account challenge. Do you try to alert on Twitter? I do. I try to do alerts on Twitter. It's hard right now. To manage both. I always put all the trades I execute for sure. I'm trying to get some sort of either program or alert or group or something like that to where I can send out like real time alerts up until whenever I can get to it and have an actual live room. Is there any other questions? I also do have a Facebook page. I just started too for Sentry trades. I think that actually probably be the fastest way if we can get like a group messenger on Facebook. I mean, everyone's obviously not gonna have full-time access to that, but I think it'll be faster than just putting alerts on Twitter. I can try Slack. What's Slack? Uh, Messaging for Teams. Okay. Yeah, I was talking chat room stuff. So I'm looking at that website right now, Slack. Um, okay, I'll look into this. Sneaker reselling. Yeah, I used to spend a lot of money on sneaker reselling. Let's see, Sentry trains. You should hit me up with some, give me some Yeezys, Mike. Give me the hookup. Shared interest group. No, D squared. I do not trade any stocks over $50. I rarely trade stocks, um, over $10. How much is E-Trade Pro? I get it for free because I do 30 more trades in that account a month. If you do 30 or more trades in E-Trade, you get E-Trade Pro for free. Uh, oh, okay. Slack's kind of like what's it called? Another thing I got that's like this. Discord. Okay, I made a Slack. Da, 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 da. I'll have to figure out how to use this thing. I guess you can just search it by the thing. That's the Slack thing. What's your trading thought process like deciding when to short or go long? Depending on where the stock's at. Like today, most of my stuff was U-shaped breakouts, so I bought in on the bottom of the U-shapes. I was kind of late to most of them today. Um, but let's see. I'll show you. I'll show you a comparison. Looking at volume, if it's testing high days, natural resistance are the big ones to follow there. Why is this going so slow? Okay, here we go. So, right here. Yeah, this was a stock that was traded today. I couldn't get any shares to short on it, so that's why I got kind of screwed here. I made money on being bullish on it. High a day, hit high right here, sold off the rest of the day. Almost all penny stocks will sell off to about an average between from where it opened and where it hit high a day during the market. Every trade I took today, I could have took a short position on every one. The biggest thing is looking at volume. These big spikes like this, very quick spikes. What was the ZN? It's traded today. Stuff like this. A spike like that. Almost $1.80. Need an invitation. Oh, invite people. Okay. Um, okay. Let me try to figure out how, oops, to do this. Got to be a way to make it open to where people can just, or off a link or something. I guess you have to do it by email. That's interesting. Team settings, maybe? Permissions. Trust yourself not to get squeezed out. If you're getting squeezed out, you're entering way too early into a stock to try to short. Like here, you look for your highs. New high of days, usually the best time to short. Like something like this is way overextended. Usually shorts happen about an hour in, hour and a half. Yeah, you're looking for weakness. When the volume starts dying off, usually it's going to fade into the rest of the day. Even if you get a decent position, it's still 90% of the time going to fade off by the end of the day. Like even if you got in short somewhere around here, if you can trust yourself to hold it, you're still going to make money. Oops. Yeah, that's the biggest thing on stocks, usually even over $10. Um, between the bid and ask is usually going to be at least 10 cents. Yeah, it's harder to. It's really hard anything over $10 because the amount of fluctuations it's going to go through. That's why honestly I didn't even want to take that trade on MYO today, going long on it. Because the swings, they were dollar swings. It was going from $20 to 21, 22, and go back down. Also, the amount of share size you're going to get in something over $30, unless you have a decent sized account, you're not going to be able to get enough shares to make money to cover your commissions and stuff like that. Commissions and fees. I've been trading for 2 years total, but really I got really this year starting in January is really when I buckled down and I actually started putting a lot of time and effort into making my trading better. I usually study at least 2 hours a night, going over the trades I did that day and watching other people's trades. One of the big people I like to watch his recaps are Warrior Trading. I watch his recaps every day. Never heard of Mad Daz Money. Yeah, who you with, Joseph? Yeah, I'm in Dekmar's chat room. I mean, I'm rarely actually in the chat room, but I am a part of, I guess you would say, the team. Yeah, I've been in his chat room. That's my goal is to get something up like Dekmar and like all these other big traders, Warrior Trader, Timothy Sykes, Foos. Um, I want to have a live trading chat room. I meant like who's your broker, Joseph? Okay, so you're with short trading, then you should have margin. 6-1 margin on almost all stocks. That's who I'm with too. I'm with short trader as my broker, or one of my brokers. So you should be able to get a decent share size on almost all these stocks. Gotcha. If you've already blown one account, I would honestly say don't open another account with money. I suggest you open a TD Ameritrade account, download Thinkorswim, and paper trade until you become profitable. I went over those, but I can go over them again. Yeah. I should have all my charts and stuff. Okay. This is MYO. I took two trades on this today. First one was here, entered in at I think 2003. No, that was the second one. 2185. Whoops. When I got in 2185, sold. Right here. This is my first trade, and this I sold out. My first name Shane. Shane Sims. This is my second trade on it, 2101. Held through these U-shaped breakouts. This is what I was going over earlier with. Biggest thing on these stocks the past week and a half have been U-shaped breakouts. One of the easiest strategies to run off of, especially in penny stocks. Because people take profit, people buy back in on lows, and it's going to go back up. Even shorting on these U-shapes you can do also. If you can find shares to short. I couldn't find any shares at all today to short any of the stocks I traded. Let's see. MOSY. This was the first one I took today. Where do 213 on this green candle and got out at 220. That was a quick 700 bucks. That's correct, Joseph. You do not want to buy. I usually look for most U shapes. I look for a 5-minute candle. I traded ZN today as well. Depending if I'm going long or short. Once I find that 5-minute candle going back up, it doesn't necessarily have to make a new high. Once you see that trend going back up, you see off the bottom, it's going back up. And this is kind of a bad one because it went so fast. Like here. Same thing. I do scale in my size. Oh, I try to. Depending on how many shares I go in. Usually if it's 10,000 or less, I'll just leave it. Anything over 10,000 I usually scale. Not really. Indicators, technical indicators really with penny stocks. Yeah, not really. I don't really use any indicators at all. Only really indicators I use are natural resistance really. Yeah, you can use VWAP too. I like using VWAP sometimes. And also because it's overbought or oversold doesn't automatically mean that it's going to go either way. That's the thing about the stock market. Technical indicators don't always mean everything. Like on that second trend line, where would I be looking? If I was buying to go long, I would look for this 5-minute candle right here. So from when it hit this low, that 5-minute candle right here. Holy moly. Back on to, oops. After this 5-minute candle that went red, this first 5-minute candle going green, I'd go long. Same thing if I was gonna short this 5 minute candle right here, I would have shorted. Same here, 5 minute candle I would have shorted. Usually within the first 30 minutes of the market, I'm looking at 1 minute candles. After that, I'm always looking at 5 minute candles for setups. Yeah, that's the biggest thing with Dekmar. He's a great trader, no doubt. But his biggest thing, I think, he has confidence in the market, but he doesn't have as much confidence as he should. He really waits for it to set up. That's why he misses a big portion of most moves. If you compare his to like mine, I'm making almost 5, 10, even sometimes 20 cents more per trade, per share than he is. Not to be cocky or anything. No doubt he is a great trader though, and a good teacher. I think he has been trading longer than I have as well. The biggest thing with him, I he makes most of his revenue from people who join his chat room, like most traders who are, I guess you say, popular now or that have a decent following. That's what most traders who do profitably in the market turn into his teachers. Like, yes, mental stops. I never do hard stops ever. I never do hard stops. Money makers will squeeze you out every time. I honestly, the only way I would really get into teaching is if I have a decent enough following so I can quit my day job. That'll be the only reason to teach. But I'm still going balls to the wall and I'm making the money I'm making now. My goal is to retire at 35. I'm currently 24, so I got 11 years to become a millionaire. So like short side is my weakness. So any advice? Um, like I said with these 5 minute candles, look for them, especially early off around 9 o'clock, 9 to 9:30. Look for your shorts. Usually 9 to 9:30 is when the sell-off is going to start happening. People are going to start taking their profits. Most of the day traders are going to take their profits and run. They're going to go on to the next stop. Find the mob where it's at. Look for the volume. As you can see right here, even this is clear as day in 5 minutes. You got 300,000 shares. Oh, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Right here again. 300,000 shares. Volume's dying. That's when the sell-off starts happening. Oh, retire as in stop working full time. I would trade. I'm Central Time Zone. I live in Florida. I live in the Panhandle of Florida by Destin, Florida. There's actually another big time trader that lives about 30 minutes from me. Bulls on Wall Street. He lives in Destin as well. That's the problem, D square. The market is like cocaine. It gets to you. Today was probably one of my most stressful days in the market trading MYO. That's why I don't like trading stocks over $10. Total profits today, let's see. I think I was close to 10,000, which was which is a low day for me. Yeah, that's a problem with Bulls on Wall Street. He's charging, well, that's any big trader now is going to charge you near 2,500 up. I think Timothy Sykes' program is 3,000. Let's see. Let's do some little calculations today. Let's see. 4,300 on my last trade. 2,850. 3,000. So a little under 8,000 is what I made today. 10,000 on one day. You can't quit your job now. I can't quit if I want to. That's the thing. I've made, I think in the past week, almost 40 or 50,000. I think in the past week. The biggest thing is I get free benefits through my job I work at now. I'm single and I have no kids, no family, nothing like that. So all my benefits are paid for by my company. And I like working. I do probably plan, to be honest, plan on quitting this job within the next probably year by 2018. Oh yeah, Mike, no doubt. 24. Um, I won't say rich as can be. I guess for most 24-year-olds, yeah, I have a lot more money than most 24-year-olds. But all my money is saved. I don't spend my money on fancy cars, fancy houses, any of that stuff. Yeah, I actually started Friday. I'm gonna be doing a daily recap every day about 8 or 9 o'clock Central Time. Um, which, like you said, it's gonna help me look back into what my trades are doing, and I want to help you guys become profitable traders. That's one of the biggest things. Every day, I usually get messages, DMs from people saying, "I want to be like you." That's probably one of the biggest inspirations of this so far. I did learn the markets on my own. The first year of trading was not nice to me. Um, the biggest thing is time management, Mike. Even if you spend 30 minutes a day just watching a recap of someone else trade, learning, taking knowledge from them and putting it to your own use, you can squeeze that time in to become a trader, no doubt. Some people quit college to become full-time traders. Timothy Sykes did it. He's one of the biggest ones that everyone knows. I usually honestly only get maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep a day. Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna do these every day for everyone to tune in. Um, I'm gonna try to get them started probably 8:30 or 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time. That's usually whenever I get home from the gym, get showered, eat my dinner. Do you stare at charts all day? I use on demand while I'm trading. It's all on demand on Thinkorswim. I think the best thing, I'll probably try to run them from 9 to 10 o'clock to give everybody good time to get them. Yeah, that's a big problem too. Um, I'll probably upload my setup that I use when I don't go to work, but I have a three screen setup actually here and at work, so I can have my E-Trade up on one, my Shirt Trader, and my Thinkorswim up. Right. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Ever try trading pump and dump short AM? All the time. I like to call that strategy the pop and fizzle. I'm trying to think which one was it I traded. Oh, let me see if I can find it on my phone. It was literally the perfect setup that I've ever seen for that pop and fizzle. NIHD. You want to call it pump and dump? That's up to you. What day did I trade this? Uh, I don't know if it's gonna let me go back that far. Let's see if I can pull it up on Finviz. If it does keep going up, just cut your losses. Can't be scared of the market. It's gonna take advantage of you. I can't find a picture of it. But NIHD was the one I traded a while ago. Actually, is this it? What day is this? Wednesday. Something like this. U shape. High. Short it. It's gonna fizzle out. I told you this already with those stocks today even. Easy read. Super high. Right out the rip. Like I said, what time is it? 9 o'clock. Look for that short. Nope. Mossy. What time is it? 9 o'clock. Look for that short. This one, not so much. On this 5 minute candle right here, look for that short. It hit the high a day. This was way overextended. Yeah, the bull flag, easy. It's like most of this stuff you can easy read in hindsight. The thing is getting that distinct eye to see it while it's happening real time. Some people just have the eye for the market and they can see. I actually keep a sheet on my desk of bull flags and bear flags. AQMS. Let's see. Yeah, past 3 days. That U shape. U shape. That hit really low, but hey, look, 9 o'clock. Look for that short. This one was a little early, 8:50. Look for that short. Almost, I found it's really predictable about 9 o'clock. You will always find that short. 9 o'clock, found the short. Keep that in your head at 9 o'clock. Look for a short. First 30 minutes. That's usually when most stocks pop it. Is between market open. Um, for me, it's 8:30 because I'm Central Time. So Eastern Time, 7:30. First 30 minutes of the market is usually when there's a rip and then there's a dip. Short the dip every time. Time is it? It is 9:57. I'm gonna leave this open for 3 more minutes. Try to wrap this up. Um, but if y'all have any last minute questions, let me know. That's the biggest thing with these recaps I want to do is answer your guys' questions. I already know what I did on these trades. I made the trades. I want you guys to get the feedback from me, digging my brain so you can put it in yours and you learn how to trade these stocks. Doing a daily recap for me, don't really mean anything to me. I made the money already. It's getting it to where you can reciprocate it and put it and make it a profitable trade for you. That's what I want to try to get into. That's what this YouTube channel is gonna be. I'm gonna start uploading I guess you kind of consider tutorial videos of instead of just daily recaps. This is the daily recaps are gonna be live streamed. I'm gonna start building the channel around actual information, um, different patterns for most people, basic terminology for the newest of traders. That's what I'm gonna end up developing as a beginner's course, an intermediate course, and an advanced course. I'm also gonna open up a one-on-one mentorship. I'm gonna do 5 a month. I tweeted this out earlier. 5 a month, one-on-one. Everything will be open to you. What do you want to learn? Um, if you want to learn a certain strategy, something like that. Right, exactly, Joseph. All right, 10 o'clock. I'm gonna wrap this up. Uh, be sure to keep your eye on Twitter. I'll be posting all my updates there. I'm gonna try to figure out the Slack bot thing. I got a Facebook page that has been created for Sentry Trades. But y'all have a good night. I'll catch y'all tomorrow on the daily recap. Peace.